The second method of preparation of alkenes from alkyl halides. So generally we prepare alkenes from alkyl halides so by the process called dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation is the process. And in this dehydrohalogenation, if you take example, what is that example? You can take chloroethane. If you take, what is that molecule? Here the molecule is taken chloroethane. Here is if you add instead of the so X is the chlorine. If you take chloroethane, so we will get X is the halogen. It may be chlorine, it may be bromine, it may be iodine. So when chloroethane is treated with alcoholic KOH. In this alcoholic KOH, medium is alcohol medium, so should be taken for this reaction. And upon heating, so we'll get alkene we get from this reaction. Alkenes we can get from this reaction. And look at this structure, chloroethane having the two carbon, one first carbon that containing the chlorine is said to be alpha carbon, then beta carbon. When this chloroethane is treated with alcoholic KOH furnishes one nucleophile called OH minus. Hydroxyl is the nucleophile. Potassium carries the positive charge, whereas the OH minus carries the negative charge. In this dehydrohalogenation, the nucleophile so cannot attack directly or it cannot substitute this chlorine, and the nucleophile is not that much strong to remove this halogen. And since the chlorine is electronegative and it is attracted towards the potassium, and whereas that nucleophile approaches and obstructing the proton from the carbon, beta carbon. And the proton is abstracted by the nucleophile. So nucleophile, the sigma bond that present here is converted into double bond due to the hyperconjugation phenomena. Then halogen is removed and combined with then we can get byproduct is potassium chloride. We can get potassium chloride. We get plus we get other byproduct is the water also we get. Water is eliminated. Potassium chloride. The sigma bond that convert into pi bond, so then we get alkene, so ethene we get. This is a dehydrohalogenation process. And imagine if you take aqueous potassium hydroxide, what happens? Do you get alkene? Means no. We cannot get alkene if you use aqueous potassium hydroxide. Because in aqueous potassium hydroxide, the OH minus is strong, it can directly displace that halogen nucleophile and forms alcohol. Alcohol is the main product. So we can use alkyl halides to prepare alkenes. To prepare alkenes, we use alkyl halides. So then if you go, for example, if the alkyl halide, in case of dihalides, so there are two types of dihalides. One is vicinal halides, other one is geminal halides. So what is a vicinal halides? What is the geminal halides? The vicinal halide is the alkyl halide containing two halogen atoms on different carbon, on adjacent carbon we say. Let us take so C carbon, on C1 carbon there is one halogen, and at C2 carbon there is another halogen. Means halogen atoms are present on adjacent carbon, then it is said to be vicinal, and two halides are present, vicinal dihalide we say. Okay, and in case on same carbon atom, on the same carbon atom, if both halogen atoms are present, both halogen atoms are present, same halogen atoms are present, then it is said to be, this condition is said to be geminal halide, we say. That means alkyl halides are two types, dihalides are two types, vicinal and geminal. Vicinal halides and geminal halides are treated with the zinc metal, then we can get the alkenes. This process is called a dehalogenation process. We say dehalogenation, removal of halogens by using the zinc metal. By using the zinc metal, so we can, by treating the zinc metal with this vicinal halides and geminal halides, we can prepare that alkenes easily. So by this process, what we call this process is said to be dehalogenation. This dehalogenation is the process of removal of halogen from the alkyl halides. So dehydrohalogenation and dehalogenation are the two methods of preparation of alkenes. Nothing but these are, one is beta elimination, hydrohalogenation, and elimination of halogen atoms. This comes under elimination reactions. Elimination of halogen, elimination of hydrohalogenation, we say. The third method of preparation of alkenes is that from the carboxylic acids. From the salts of carboxylic acids. What are the salts of carboxylic acids? The carboxylic acids like disodium succinate. Disodium succinate is the salt, aqueous solution. You can see the formula CH2, here the formula is mentioned CH2, COO, and if you write Na there. Sodium succinate, disodium succinate this is. And when this compound is subjected to electrolysis, when current is passed through that, when current is passed through this aqueous solution, this salt undergoes breakdown into ethene, CO2 and electrons. Electrons will be released at the anode. And at the cathode, the water is accepting electrons and changing into hydroxide ion. These hydroxide ion combine with the sodium and forms sodium hydroxide also. Hydrogen gas is liberated at the cathode, CO2 gas and ethene gas comes out from this method. That means when current is passing through the aqueous solution of carboxylic acids, we get hydrocarbons, already you know. That means when electricity passes through the salts of carboxylic acids, we get hydrocarbons. When current is passed through the sodium acetate, we'll get ethane. When the current is passing through this sodium disodium succinate, we'll get the ethene gas. So these are the preparation methods of alkenes. Generally, we follow and also other methods of preparation. Also we have, this is the fourth method of preparation of alkenes. Alkenes also can be obtained from alcohols like ethanol, propanol, whatever. When these alcohols are treated with acidic means acidic dehydration. Acidic dehydration means, so when alcohols are treated with concentrated sulfuric acid. When alcohols are heated with the concentrated sulfuric acid, so we get alkenes by the elimination of water molecule. The water molecule eliminated from the alcohol molecule in the presence of acid. So in the presence of acidic, or this is known as acidic dehydration of alkenes, we say. Dehydration of acidic. So dehydration of alcohols we call. Let us take an example of RCH2 CH2OH. And when treated with the concentrated sulfuric acid at 453 Kelvin temperature, we get that alkene, right? Water is eliminated, and from ethanol, when passed through this alumina at 623 Kelvin, we get ethene. When cyclohexanol is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, then we'll get cyclohexene. So oxene means hexene is prepared, cyclohexene is prepared. When tertiary butyl alcohol is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, we'll get 2-methyl propene we get. So alkenes can be obtained by treating with concentrated sulfuric acid and subjected to dehydration, acidic dehydration process, we can get alkene. Tertiary butyl alcohol will give 2-methyl propene. Cyclohexanol will give cyclohexene. So are the main. This is the dehydration process. Removal of water molecule from the alcohols will produce alkenes. Now let us look into these physical properties of alkenes. What properties the alkenes can exhibit? Alkenes mainly exhibit the first 3 members of alkenes are gases. First 3 members of alkenes are the gases. The next up to 14 members are said to be liquids, and higher alkenes are said to be solids. The molecular mass increases, so they become the solid, we say. The ethene is the first member of alkene, is a colorless gas having that faint sweet smell. And all other alkenes are colorless and odorless and insoluble in water, but fairly soluble in non-polar solvent like benzene, petroleum, ether. They show a regular increase in boiling point with increase in size for every increasing of CH2 group in this alkenes. Boiling point changes by 20-30 degrees Kelvin. Alkanes and straight chain alkenes have higher boiling point than isomeric branched chain compounds. So these are the main physical properties of alkenes. So generally we should know. Thank you so much.